Touch her again, and this dinner ends before the first course. Alessandro Vitale's tattooed hand came down flat against the walnut table, hard enough to stop every conversation in the room. Crystal glasses trembled. Silverware went still. Claire Donnelly stood behind his chair with a wine bottle in one hand and a white service cloth wrapped around the other. A single drop of Barolo had soaked through her glove. Dark and warm against her palm, she could smell beeswax, roasted garlic, expensive tobacco, and the sharp bite of fear nobody at that table would admit to feeling. Alessandro did not raise his voice. He never had to. His black suit was open at the collar, exposing the charcoal ink that climbed the left side of his neck. More tattoos covered the back of his hand and disappeared beneath his cuff. All dark lines and old promises. Across from him, his uncle Rocco slowly removed his fingers from Claire's wrist. She spilled wine on Mr. Crusoe, Rocco said. I was correcting the staff. Alessandro looked at the red mark forming beneath Claire's glove. Then he looked at his uncle. She works in my house. You correct nothing. The words landed colder than a threat. At the far end of the table, Vivienne Crusoe watched in silence. She was the woman Alessandro was supposed to marry in 3 days, and she looked exactly like a future Mafia wife was expected to look calm, polished, impossible to embarrass. Her father sat beside her, smiling as if nothing unusual had happened. Family dinner, Vincent Crusoe said lightly. No reason to make a scene. Claire lowered her eyes, but not before she saw the scratch on Rocco's gold signet ring. A thin silver line across the black stone. The same scratch she had seen that morning on the lock of a metal box, hidden behind the oldest wine barrels in the basement. Inside the box had been a paid receipt with her mother's name on it. The debt Claire had spent 6 years working off had never existed. Her stomach tightened. Rocco knew she had found it. That was why his hand had closed around her wrist. That was why he had leaned close enough for her to smell mint and stale coffee on his breath. Keep quiet, he had whispered, or your brother loses more than his scholarship. Claire had carried those words into dinner like a stone inside her chest. Now Alessandro was looking at her, not through her, at her. His dark eyes moved from the wine on her glove to the mark on her wrist, then to Rocco's ring. For one terrible second, Claire wondered if he already understood. Why are you shaking? Alessandro asked. Every face at the table turned toward her. Claire steadied the bottle against her hip. Long shift. Sir, that isn't the truth. Rocco gave a quiet laugh. She's a maid, Sandro. Don't interrogate her like she sits on the council. Claire felt the room closing around her. Crusoe men near the doors. Vitale men along the walls. A marriage contract waiting in Alessandro's study. Her brother's name on a missing page. She could stay silent and survive the night. Or she could say one sentence and change the balance of power in the entire house. Alessandro leaned back, his tattooed fingers resting beside the untouched wine glass. Claire, he said, softer now, are you afraid of my uncle? She lifted her eyes. Rocco's smile vanished. Vivienne stopped breathing. Claire swallowed against the dryness in her throat. No, she said. Alessandro waited. Claire looked directly at him. I'm afraid of what he made you believe. Silence pressed down on the table. Somewhere in the kitchen, a plate shattered. Alessandro's expression did not change, but his hand closed slowly around the stem of his glass. Come to my study at midnight, he said. Then his gaze shifted to Rocco, alone. Claire waited until the grandfather clock in the east hallway struck 11:45 before she opened the loose floorboard beneath her narrow bed. The staff quarters smelled like laundry soap, old radiator heat, and coffee that had been sitting too long in a paper cup. She knelt carefully, smoothing the skirt of her black uniform beneath her, and pulled out the metal box she had hidden there that morning. Her fingers were steady now. That almost frightened her more than shaking would have. Inside sat a faded hospital receipt, a canceled promissory note, and one page from an old household ledger. Her mother's name appeared twice. The first entry listed the debt, the second, dated 6 years earlier, marked paid in full by Matteo Vitale. Alessandro's father. Claire stared at the signature until the ink seemed to blur. 6 years of double shifts. 6 years of sending most of her pay to an account controlled by Rocco. 6 years of believing one missed payment would put her younger brother, Owen, in danger. None of it had been necessary. A soft knock came at the door. Claire closed the box at once. "Who is it?" "Mrs. Bell." The housekeeper's voice sounded strained. Claire opened the door a few inches. Mrs. Bell stood in the hall clutching folded towels against her chest. "Mr. Vitale asked for you," she whispered. "He is already in the study." Claire glanced at the clock. "It is not midnight. Men like him do not wait for clocks." Mrs. Bell's eyes dropped to the metal box in Claire's hand, then quickly looked away. "Be careful what you tell him. This house remembers everything." Claire carried the box down the silent corridor. The mansion felt different at night. Larger, colder, rain tapped against the tall windows, and the marble floor held the chill through the soles of her shoes. Two guards stood outside Alessandro's study. Neither spoke. One opened the door. Alessandro stood near the fireplace with his jacket removed and his sleeves rolled to the forearms. Charcoal tattoos covered both hands and climbed beneath the dark fabric, matching the ink along the left side of his neck. On the desk in front of him lay a thin file with Claire's name printed across the top. "Close the door," he said. She did. "Sit." "I would rather stand." His eyes lifted to hers. "So would I." Claire stayed where she was. Alessandro opened the file. Claire Donnelly, 30 years old, no criminal record, no credit card debt. One younger brother enrolled at Northwestern under a different last name. Her breath caught. "Leave him out of this." "I would like to." Alessandro turned one page, then another. "The problem is that one page is missing." He rotated the file toward her. A clean gap showed where something had been torn out. "Someone removed Owen's address before this reached me." Claire tightened her grip on the box. "Rocco, you sound certain, because he is the only person who knew where Owen moved." Alessandro studied her face, not her dress, not her figure, her fear. That was somehow worse. "What is in the box?" Claire placed it on the desk and opened it. The receipt sat on top. Alessandro read it once, then again. His expression barely changed, but his tattooed fingers pressed flat against the wood. "My father paid this." "Yes." "Then why have you been working off the debt?" "Because your uncle told me the payment was canceled after your father died." Alessandro picked up the promissory note. "This signature is forged." Claire nodded. "I know that now." Rain struck the windows harder. For several seconds, the only sound in the room was the fire shifting behind the grate. Then Alessandro asked, "What else do you know?" Claire looked at the missing page in her file. She thought of Owen walking alone across campus. She thought of Rocco smiling across the dinner table. "Your father did not die because of the Carusos," she said. Alessandro went completely still. "Then who killed him?" Claire looked toward the locked door before answering. "Someone who still eats at your table." Alessandro did not ask Claire to repeat herself. He closed the file, locked it inside the bottom drawer of his desk, and reached for the phone beside the lamp. "Move Owen Donnelly tonight," he said when someone answered. "No uniforms, no family cars. Put him somewhere Rocco does not know exists." Claire stepped forward. "You cannot just move my brother without telling him." Alessandro ended the call and looked at her. "I can if the alternative is leaving him exposed." "That is not protection. That is control." The words came out sharper than she intended. For a moment, the room fell to quiet. Firelight moved across the charcoal tattoo on the left side of his neck, and the dark ink covering his hands. He rolled down one sleeve, slow and precise, as if anger was something he buttoned away. "You think I do not know the difference?" he asked. Claire held his gaze. "I think men in this house call a lot of things protection." Something changed in his expression, not softness, recognition. He walked past her and opened the study door. "You are not going back to the staff wing." Claire did not move. "Excuse me. There is a room across from the library. You will stay there until I know who removed that page." And if I say no, Alessandro glanced toward the guards in the hall, then back at her. Then I will spend the rest of the night wondering whether my uncle reaches you before I do. Claire folded her arms, the black uniform pulled tight across her slim frame, but her voice stayed steady. You could let me leave. He was silent for the full breaths. I could, but you will not tonight. The room across from the library was larger than Claire's entire apartment had been. Before her mother got sick, fresh linen, a private bathroom, a window overlooking the dark lawn. It smelled like cedar, rain, and furniture polish. She hated it immediately. It felt less like safety and more like a beautiful lock. By 2 in the morning, she was back in the library with Alessandro, surrounded by old account books stacked across a long oak table. He had removed his jacket again. His sleeves were pushed to his elbows, revealing more tattoo work along his forearms, all black and charcoal, sharp against his skin. Claire tried not to notice how tired he looked. He tried not to notice the way she rubbed the sore spot on her wrist. These marks, she said, pointing to a column written in faded blue ink. They are not numbers. They are names. Alessandro leaned closer. His shoulder nearly touched hers, old Sicilian shorthand. My father taught me enough to recognize it. Your father worked for mine for 7 months. Claire traced one symbol with her finger. Then he quit asking questions. Alessandro looked at her. Men did not quit my father. Mine did. They worked in silence until Claire found a recurring payment hidden beneath property expenses. Every Monday, for 12 years, money had gone to families of drivers, cooks, guards, and dock workers who had died while employed by the Vitalis. No family name appeared beside the transfers, only the initials A. V. Claire looked up. You have been sending this. Alessandro kept his eyes on the ledger. They were owed. Nobody knows. They do not need to. That answer stayed with her. Later, when he left to take a call, Alessandro passed the small breakfast room and stopped. On the side table sat a cover plate, a glucose monitor, and a note in Claire's handwriting for Mr. Hanley, the elderly gardener. Eat before your morning medicine. He read it twice before returning to the library. Claire had found another book. Her face had gone pale. What is it? He asked. She turned the ledger around. Halfway down the page was her name, Claire Donnelly. Beside it, in the same shorthand, were 2 words. Witness eliminated. Alessandro's tattooed hand closed over the edge of the table. Claire stared at the entry and whispered, according to your family, I died 6 years ago. By 7 that evening, the private dining room at Bella Vita had been sealed off from the public, but Claire could still hear silverware and low laughter from the main restaurant. Beyond the double doors, inside, everything felt quieter. Too quiet. The room smelled of tomato sauce, polished wood, wet wool, and expensive red wine. Alessandro sat at the center of the long table in a black suit with the collar open, the charcoal tattoo on the left side of his neck visible beneath the warm light. Dark ink covered his hands and disappeared beneath his cuffs. Claire stood behind him in a fitted black service dress, her shoulders straight, her face calm, even though the words from the ledger kept moving through her mind. Witness eliminated. Rocco sat 3 seats away, smiling as if he had never lied to her, never forged a debt, never put her name beside death. Vivienne Caruso sat across from Alessandro in a white silk blouse and dark green jacket, composed enough to make the room feel like a courtroom. Her father, Vincent, lifted his glass to the joining of 2 families. He said, and to an agreement that will keep the city stable. Alessandro did not lift his wine. The agreement is not signed. Vincent smiled without warmth. It will be. Claire moved around the table, pouring slowly. She could feel Rocco watching her. When she reached his place, she noticed a small brass key pass from the hand of a Caruso guard into Rocco's palm. Beneath the edge of the table, the movement lasted less than a second. Claire kept pouring. Then her elbow brushed a spoon. It struck the floor with a bright metallic sound. Sorry, she said, bending to retrieve it. Under Alessandro's chair, taped against the carved wood, was a small black device with a blinking light. Another sat beneath Vincent's side of the table. Claire's pulse jumped, but she did not move quickly. She picked up the spoon, rose, and reached for Alessandro's folded napkin. "Your cuff, sir," she murmured, pretending to adjust the linen near his wrist. He did not look at her. "What is it?" "Do not touch the bottom of your chair." His tattooed fingers remained still beside the plate. "How many?" "Two devices. Maybe more." "Who placed them?" Claire carried the empty bottle toward Rocco and set it beside his glass. "Someone at this table?" Alessandro's jaw tightened once. That was all. He shifted his chair 2 inches, placing his body between Claire and the nearest Caruso guard. The gesture was small enough to look accidental, but Claire understood it. So did Vivienne. Her eyes followed the movement, then settled on Claire's face. "The wedding will take place Saturday," Vincent announced. "St. Michael's, 4 o'clock. The guest list has already been approved." Alessandro looked at him. "You announced my wedding before asking me." "Your uncle agreed. My uncle does not speak for me." Rocco gave a low chuckle. "Do not embarrass the family over details." "Sandro." Claire looked down as Rocco lifted his glass. That was when she saw the watch beneath his cuff. Black leather band, scratched silver case, a small crack across the face near the number 8. Alessandro had shown Claire a photograph of his father wearing that exact watch the night before he died. Her hand tightened around the wine bottle. Rocco noticed. His smile faded. "Everything all right, Claire?" he asked. Alessandro turned slightly. Claire met his eyes. "Your father's watch," she said softly. "He is wearing it." The room fell silent. Rocco lowered his glass. Alessandro looked across the table at his uncle's wrist, and for the first time that evening, the calm left his face. Alessandro did not look away from the watch. "Where did you get it?" he asked. Rocco rested his forearm on the table as if the question bored him. "Your father gave it to me years ago. My father was wearing it the night he died." The room tightened around the words. Vincent Caruso set down his glass. Vivienne remained perfectly still, but her eyes moved from Rocco to Claire. Rocco gave a patient sigh. "Grief changes memory, Sandro." Alessandro's tattooed hand closed around the edge of the table. The dark ink across his fingers seemed sharper beneath the chandelier light. "Do not tell me what I remember." Claire could feel every guard in the room waiting for someone else to move first. Then Vivienne rose. "I need air," she said. Her father frowned. "Sit down." "I said I need air." She walked toward the side hall without waiting for permission. As she passed Claire, she whispered, "Powder room, 2 minutes." Claire stayed beside Alessandro until he gave the smallest nod. She followed. The powder room was empty, all white marble, soft gold light, and perfume too expensive to have a name Claire recognized. Vivienne locked the door behind them. Up close, the arranged bride did not look cold. She looked tired. "How much has Alessandro told you?" she asked. "Not enough." "That sounds like him." Claire kept her back straight. "Why are you helping Rocco?" Vivienne's mouth tightened. "I am not helping him. I am surviving my father." She opened her clutch and removed a small brass key, the same kind Claire had seen pass beneath the table. "There is a safe in the old chapel at the Vitali estate. This opens it." Claire did not take the key. "What is inside?" "Proof that the marriage contract is not what Alessandro thinks it is." "Meaning?" Vivienne looked at the locked door before answering. "Once he signs, control of the harbor accounts moves to a joint council. 6 months later, Rocco plans to accuse him of betraying the family. My father will support the charge." Claire felt cold despite the warm room. "And you knew?" "I knew enough." Vivienne's voice cracked for the first time. "My younger brother is 21. My father has spent his whole life using him as leverage. If I refuse this marriage, he loses everything. Maybe more." Claire looked at the key in her palm. "To women, to brothers, to families that called fear duty." "Why tell me now?" "Because Alessandro watches you when he thinks nobody notices." Claire's throat tightened. That does not mean he trusts me. No, but he listens to you. A knock sounded at the door. Vivienne stepped back. Take the key, Claire did. When she returned to the hall, Alessandro was waiting alone near the coach room. His black jacket hung open, and the tattoo along the left side of his neck disappeared beneath his collar. His expression was controlled, but she could see tension in the set of his jaw. What did she want? He asked. Claire closed her fingers around the key. To warn me. About what? She looked past him toward the dining room. Your wedding? Alessandro studied her face. You have been crying. Claire touched her cheek and found it dry. No, I have not. Not yet. He reached into his pocket, took out a folded white handkerchief, and held it toward her. Claire almost laughed, but the sound caught in her chest. She accepted it. For several seconds, neither of them spoke. He did not touch her. He did not demand an answer. He simply stood close enough that she no longer felt alone in the hallway. If the truth cost you everything, Claire said, would you still want it? Alessandro's eyes stayed on hers. Truth does not cost you power. Lies do. Claire opened her hand and showed him the brass key. Then open your father's safe. The old chapel sat at the far edge of the Vitali property, beyond the trimmed hedges and the stone wall covered in winter ivy. By the time Alessandro unlocked the side door, rain had darkened the shoulders of his black coat. Claire followed him inside, the brass key cold in her palm. The chapel smelled of dust, candle wax, damp stone, and wood that had not been polished in years. Alessandro switched on a single lamp near the altar. Warm light caught the charcoal tattoo along the left side of his neck, and the dark ink covering his hands. My father stopped coming here after my brother died, he said. Claire looked toward the empty pews. Why keep us safe here? Because nobody in the family believes a man keeps secrets near a place he once prayed. Behind a framed painting of St. Michael, they found a narrow steel door set into the wall. The key turned with a stiff metallic click. Inside sat a tape recorder, 3 envelopes, and an old photograph of Alessandro standing beside his father and younger brother. He could not have been more than 22. His hair was longer. His hands had fewer tattoos. He looked like someone who still believed mistakes could be taken back. Claire placed the recorder on a wooden bench. You do not have to listen tonight. Alessandro removed his coat and folded it beside him. Yes, I do. The tape began with static. Then Matteo Vitali's voice filled the chapel, older and rougher than Claire remembered. He named missing money, false accounts, and secret meetings between Rocco and Vincent Caruso. Alessandro listened without moving. His tattooed fingers rested flat on his knees. Then the recording changed. Matteo spoke directly to his son. Sandro, if you are hearing this, then Rocco has already told you I was too weak to lead. He has probably told you that giving him my travel schedule would force me to step aside. Claire turned toward Alessandro. The color had left his face. On the tape, Matteo continued, you were young. You were angry, but you gave him the root. What happened after that began with your choice. The recorder clicked softly as the tape continued to spin. Alessandro stood so quickly the bench scraped across the stone floor. He walked to the altar and braced both tattooed hands against it. Claire did not follow at first. You knew, he said. His voice was low, almost empty. My father kept a copy. How long? 6 years. He turned. You looked at me every day and knew. Claire held his gaze. Rocco told me you would destroy anyone who could prove it. Did you believe him? I believed you were a man who had built his life around never being blamed. The words hurt him. She saw it, but he did not deny them. Rain tapped against the stained glass windows. Alessandro looked down at the family ring on his right hand. Slowly, he removed it and placed it on the altar. I did not know he would kill them, he said. I thought he wanted my father frightened. I thought my brother would be somewhere else. Claire's chest tightened, but she did not soften the truth. You were manipulated. You were young. You still made the choice. Alessandro closed his eyes. I know. No excuse. No anger, just 2 words spoken into the silence. He reached for his phone. Move on again, he told the person who answered. Use the lake house. No one from the family knows about it. Claire stepped closer. Alessandro, your brother is not paying for my mistake. A sharp alarm sounded from his phone before she could answer. He looked at the screen. The calm disappeared from his face. What happened? Claire asked. Alessandro lifted his eyes to hers. My men reached Owen's apartment. He paused. He was already gone. Claire did not remember leaving the chapel. One moment she was staring at Alessandro beneath the stained glass, and the next she was in the back seat of a black sedan with rain streaking across the windows. And her hands locked, together in her lap. Alessandro sat beside her, silent, his black coat open at the collar. The charcoal tattoo on the left side of his neck looked darker in the passing streetlights. His tattooed fingers rested against his knee, perfectly still. That stillness scared her more than anger would have. Tell me where they would take him, he said. Claire shook her head. Rocco never used the same place twice. I am thinking. Her voice broke, and she hated it. Alessandro turned toward her. Claire, do not tell me to stay calm. I was going to tell you that this is not your fault. She looked at him then. He took Owen because of me. He took Owen because he is losing control. The car turned through the iron gates of the Vitale estate. Lights burned in every window. Cars lined the circular drive, and men in dark suits stood beneath umbrellas. Claire stared at the house. What is happening? Alessandro's jaw tightened. The engagement signing. Rocco moved it up. Tonight, in 20 minutes. A message appeared on Claire's phone from an unknown number. One photograph. Owen sitting in a plain room, frightened but unharmed. Beneath it were 6 words. Wear your uniform. Say nothing tonight. Claire went cold. Alessandro reached for the phone, but she pulled it back. If they see you know, they move him. They already know I know. Not everything. She opened the car door before it fully stopped. Alessandro caught her wrist. Not hard, but enough to make her turn. You are not walking into the room alone. If you stand beside me, Rocco will understand. He already does. Then let him believe I am still afraid. Alessandro looked at the faint red mark his uncle had left on her skin. Slowly, he released her. 5 minutes, he said. After that, I choose the risk. Claire changed into her black service dress in the staff room. She pinned back her hair, washed the rain from her face, and walked into the ballroom carrying a silver tray. Nearly 200 guests filled the room beneath crystal chandeliers. Italian-American families from Chicago, New York, and Boston stood in careful groups, smiling without warmth. At the front, Vivienne wore white. Alessandro stood beside her in a black suit. His expression unreadable. Rocco waited near the contract table, wearing Matteo Vitale's watch. Claire moved through the crowd, slim and composed, while every step felt like walking across thin ice. Rocco saw her and smiled. There she is, he announced. Conversations faded, the maid who has confused access with importance. Claire stopped in the center of the room. Uncle, Alessandro warned. Rocco ignored him. She stole private records. She lied about a family debt. She has spent weeks turning Sandro against his own blood. Murmurs moved through the guests. Claire kept her eyes on the tray. Owen's face filled her mind. Say nothing tonight. Is that true? Vincent Caruso asked. Claire could defend herself. She could reveal the watch, the forged note, the recording. Instead, she stayed silent. Rocco stepped closer. Look at her. She cannot even deny it. Alessandro's gaze moved to Claire's wrist, where a fresh bruise showed beneath her sleeve. Then he looked at Rocco. Where is her brother? The ballroom went completely still. Rocco laughed once. I have no idea what you mean. Alessandro walked away from Vivienne and stopped between Claire and the men near the contract table. His tattooed hands hung loose at his sides. You have one chance to answer me. And if I do not, Rocco nodded toward the contract. You expose old secrets. You lose this family. You lose the ports. You lose the name your father left you. Alessandro placed the tape recorder on the table. Rocco's smile disappeared. Claire whispered, "Do not." Alessandro looked back at her. "Is he using Owen to keep you quiet?" Her silence answered him. Rocco pushed the marriage contract forward. "Sign it, Sandro. We can settle the rest privately." Alessandro stared at the paper, then at the room full of people waiting to see whether power mattered more than truth. He slid the contract away. No wedding begins with a hostage. For one long second, nobody moved. Then Alessandro reached for the family ring on his right hand. He pulled it free and placed it on top of the unsigned contract. The small sound of metal against paper carried across the ballroom. "This marriage is over," he said. Vincent Caruso rose so quickly his chair struck the floor behind him. "You do not get to insult my daughter in front of 200 people." Alessandro did not look at him. His attention stayed on Rocco. Vivienne was never the insult. Vivienne stood beside the contract table. Pale but steady, Claire could see the tension in her shoulders. The careful way she kept her hands at her sides. Rocco stepped forward. "Think about what you are doing, Sandro. Without this alliance, the harbor agreements collapse by morning. Then they collapse." A murmur rolled through the room. Alessandro's black collar had shifted, revealing more of the charcoal tattoo along the left side of his neck. His tattooed hands rested against the table, calm and open. A family that survives by trading people like property does not deserve to call itself honorable. Rocco's face hardened. He motioned toward the men near the doors. "Remove the maid." The guard started toward Claire. Alessandro moved before they reached her. He stepped directly in front of her, broad shoulders blocking their path. "She stays." His voice was quiet. That made every man stop. Claire stared at the dark ink covering his hands and disappearing beneath his cuffs. He was giving up the one thing that had always protected him, and he was doing it where every rival could see. "Play the recording," Rocco said with a thin smile. "Let them hear what you did. Let them hear how Matteo Vitali died because his own son betrayed him." Alessandro picked up the recorder. "That is exactly what they are going to hear." Claire caught his sleeve. "You will lose the council." He looked down at her hand, then into her eyes. "I should have lost it years ago." He pressed the button. Static filled the ballroom, followed by Matteo Vitali's recorded voice. The guests listened as the truth unfolded. Rocco's hidden accounts, his arrangement with Vincent, Alessandro's decision to share his father's root, the choice he had spent years burying beneath silence and authority. When the tape ended, Alessandro did not defend himself. "I gave Rocco information I had no right to give," he said. "I believed his lie because it told me what I wanted to hear. My father and brother paid for that choice." He looked around the room. "You may remove me as head of this family, but you will not bury the truth with me." Vivienne stepped away from her father. Owen Donnelly is being held at a Caruso-owned guest house outside Lake Geneva. Vincent turned toward her. "Vivienne, he deserves to go home," she said. Claire felt her knees weaken, but she forced herself toward the contract table. She opened the ledger she had carried beneath the tray and placed several marked pages beside the recorder. "Rocco moved family money into private accounts for 6 years," she said. "The payment codes matched the forged debt records and the transfers made after Matteo Vitali died." Rocco stared at her. "You are a servant." Claire met his eyes. "That is why you never noticed I could read." Alessandro's security chief crossed the room and spoke quietly into his ear. Alessandro nodded once. Then he turned to Claire. "They found Owen. He is safe." The breath left her in a broken sound. Alessandro caught her elbow, careful and steady, but released her the moment she found her balance. Around them, council members began calling for Rocco's removal and Vincent's investigation. Alessandro remained beside Claire as the empire he had inherited changed shape around him. "Why did you do this?" she asked. "You could have kept everything." His eyes held hers. "You were the only person in this room who had nothing to gain from telling me the truth." An older councilman approached and ordered Alessandro to surrender control of the estate before sunrise. Claire looked at the ring resting on the unsigned contract. By morning, Alessandro would have no title, no house, and no guarantee that the people who feared him yesterday would protect him tomorrow. He glanced at Claire, but he did not ask her to follow. For the first time since she had entered the Vitale home, the next choice belonged entirely to her. 3 months later, Alessandro Vitale lived in a 2-bedroom house near Lake Michigan, where the wind rattled the windows and nobody stood outside waiting for orders. The place smelled of coffee, cedar, and rain carried in from the lake. There were no marble floors, no council table, no family portraits watching from dark walls. His black suit still fit perfectly, but he wore them less often now. The charcoal tattoo along the left side of his neck was no longer hidden for meetings, and the dark ink across his hands looked almost ordinary wrapped around a chipped coffee mug. Almost. Claire stood on his porch just after sunset, holding the Vitale family ring in her palm. She had spent the last 12 weeks building a life that belonged to her. Owen had returned to school under his real name. The money Rocco had taken was restored. Claire used part of it to open a small forensic accounting firm downtown, helping family-owned businesses find the lies buried inside their own books. Vivienne Caruso became the public representative of her family. After her father lost his seat on the council, she had called Claire once and said, "Maybe we were never weak. Maybe we were just surrounded by people who needed us to believe we were." Claire had written the sentence down and kept it in her desk. Alessandro opened the door before she knocked. He wore a dark shirt with the sleeves rolled up, revealing the tattoos along his forearms and hands. His hair was still combed back, but not as carefully as before. He looked less powerful than he had in the Vitale ballroom. He also looked more honest. "Claire," he said, "I was not expecting you." "I know." She held up the ring. His expression changed, but he stepped aside. "Come in." The kitchen was small and warm. 2 coffee cups sat on the table. Claire noticed one was black. The other had a little cream and no sugar. Exactly how she drank it. "You made 2 cups," she said. Alessandro looked toward the rain-dark window. "Habit. You never knew how I took my coffee before." "I knew." She studied him. "You just never thought it mattered." He accepted that without argument. Claire placed the ring on the kitchen table between them. "I am not giving this back so you can become a boss again." "Good. You do not want it." Alessandro looked at the gold band. "I wanted what it made people think I was. And now I know what it allowed me to avoid." Claire sat across from him. She remembered the man at the long dining table, surrounded by guards and family names, believing control was the same as protection. She remembered him stepping in front of her when protecting her cost him everything. "You saved my brother," she said. "You protected me." Alessandro shook his head. "You were protecting me long before I deserved it. I was protecting the truth. That is what changed me." Claire looked down at the ring. "Power did not make you honest." "No. Losing it did not make you honest either." Alessandro waited. Claire met his eyes. "Choosing to tell the truth when it could destroy you did." Silence settled between them, but it was not the old silence from the mansion. Heavy with fear and secrets, this one gave them room. Alessandro pushed the cup toward her. "Why did you come?" Claire wrapped both hands around the warm ceramic. "Because I wanted to see who you were without the house, the title, and everyone saying yes before you finished speaking." And she looked around the modest kitchen, at the rain on the window, at the man who no longer had a family name standing between him and his choices. "I think you are finally someone worth knowing." Alessandro did not reach for her. He did not promise safety, forever, or a perfect life. He only nodded toward the open doorway behind her. "You can leave whenever you want." Claire looked at the door, then back at him. "That is why I can stay." Outside, the city continued building power from money, fear, and inherited silence. Inside, Claire picked up the family ring and placed it in a drawer, where it became nothing more than metal. Alessandro had once believed protecting someone meant deciding for them. Claire taught him that real protection leaves the choice intact. He had once believed honor meant defending the family name. She taught him that honor begins when the truth matters more than the name. Claire had not been rescued from the Vitali world. She had forced its most powerful man to face what he had done, choose what he would become, and accept that love without freedom was only another kind of debt. The rain continued against the glass. Alessandro lifted his coffee. Claire lifted hers, and for the first time, there was nothing between them that either one had been forced to carry.